Ready.
All right. Shalom. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, God.
I'm gonna go close my door. I'll be right back.
Not Friday.
Okay, sorry. I was monitoring my own microphone input. It was very stressful. And probably very unpleasant for anyone who might be watching. Okay, great. Welcome back to Vets Play D&D, except it's not because it's Star Wars 5e. I am Liv, your humble game/galaxy master. Below me is Brennan playing our scout, Yamnak Peacock. Below Brennan is Jesse playing one of our engineers, Doobie Fifth. And to the right of Jesse would normally be Sam playing Fury, our fighter, but tragically Sam is not feeling well. So I will try to do justice to Fury's fighting spirit this evening. To the right of where Sam would usually be is Adam playing our operative, Carl Moth. And last but not least, to the right of Adam is Emmy playing our other engineer, Atlee Ha. And that's all. Before we begin, just a couple of disclaimers. All of the views that are expressed here are expressed with the views of the individuals who are expressing them. They are not reflective of the views of the University of Washington or the VA. All Star Wars 5e content was made in compliance with the Wizards of the Coast fan content policy, and we do not own Star Wars or Wizards of the Coast. Without further ado, when last we met, the party had just embarked on their trek through the fungal jungle of the outer rim world Felucia, leaving Captain O'Keefe and Crash behind to repair the Banshee after narrowly maneuvering around through an Imperial blockade of the planet. Our friends were en route to the coordinates of the Imperial prison for their rescue mission when they encountered some of the indigenous population. Will they forge a new and potentially powerful alliance, or make dangerous enemies? Before I take you guys over to that map, I just want to show you real quick. You might recall that I accidentally forgot to include a token for Crash RX-13 last week, and then Fungal Jungle Bungle is an excellent title. Thank you. Anyway, this is the droid Crash. He's a pilot droid, and he's kind of sassy. There he is. That's what he looks like.
A little baseball hat on.
Oh, he does. That's cute. Jesse's literally always eating beans. Sometimes she makes a quesadilla that is literally just a tortilla full of lentils.
We got the void.
I don't have time to create delicious food, so I'm just trying to self-sustain until I finish this quarter. And if that means I eat a bunch of beans, then so be it.
What kind of beans? Chickpeas?
Cannelli beans? Or
okay, yeah.
The
garbanzo equivalent.
I think I don't know if they're white navy beans or just like cousins to them.
That's fair.
Yeah, but they're flavorless.
So are we somewhere else, or are we back at the cliffhanger? Like last time on blah blah blah. Like, are we there?
Were you even listening to me? Because I literally just read the when last we met blurb that I wrote. I put a lot of effort into writing them every week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of zoned out.
When last we met, the party had just embarked on their trek through the fungal jungle of the outer rim world Felucia, leaving Captain O'Keefe and Crash behind to repair the Banshee after narrowly maneuvering through an Imperial blockade of the planet. Our friends were en route to the coordinates of the Imperial prison for their rescue mission when they encountered some of the indigenous population. Will they forge a new and potentially powerful alliance, or make dangerous enemies?
Oh, okay. So we are at the cliffhanger. Okay,
yes.
I understand. Sorry.
Unbelievable. Yes. So here you are. Welcome back to the jungle. That's the title of our Twitch stream tonight. Is Welcome Back to the Jungle, which I thought was really funny.
A run for his money on that intro right there.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I like how you can talk at 1.75 speed. That was pretty impressive, actually.
Thank you. I am a recovered speech and debate kid. So, all right. So, who wants to interact with the natives? Carlton Moth, I'm pretty sure that you bumped into the first one, and then they all kind of revealed themselves tentatively. So how would you like to react?
It seemed like you were about to, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, guys, check out the slut strands on this guy.
Oh my god! Check out the we don't have Sam to write our episode titles tonight, so we have to be a little more proactive. Check out the slut strands on this guy. Okay. Oh my god. He grunts at you. I'm not a speaker of Native Felucian, so I'm not gonna be able to replicate it, but it's just kind of like a grunt and a gurgle that he does. Very guttural. And his friends start to move in a little bit closer. They clearly are still not trying to be threatening. They're keeping their weapons lowered. But just, approaching. And Fury is also going to notice that there's happenings occurring.
Can I roll for lore to see if I can tell if they are born, hatched, or swarmed?
Yes. Please do.
Yes. Where you at? Here we go.
Okay, great. So you happen to know that Native Felucians are amphibious. They breathe both air and water, obviously. That's what it means to be an amphibian. And their gestation involves their female progenitor laying eggs that have been fertilized by the male progenitor. They lay them in like a big pile, and then they hatch into hatchlings and grow from there. So that's what the gestation period is like for
I imagine
Felucians.
I imagine that Atlee like says all of this like in a very like matter of fact way as we're like first seeing them, like kind of like Data in Star Trek, like kind of like just rattling off facts about the local like people.
Have you ever seen Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah.
There's an alien in there named Pleakley.
I love Pleakley. Pleakley Stan. Pleakley is the first canon gender fluid Disney character. Okay, sorry.
So
go
that
ahead.
may or may not be who I.
All right, I'm just gonna imagine.
Oh, look at these things! They're made in, except with more of the captain or the captain. Yeah, more like calm, but that same exact thing. I'm trying to think of how to say it without a British accent, but essentially, yeah, I listed off and I'm just kind of interested. I'm like, oh, this is how these guys are made. They're not cloned. Very interesting. And I share all that information word for word with all of you.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna look over. Carlton's gonna look over at Yamnock and be like, "Yeah, kind of the opposite view if you really think about it."
I don't get it.
Like you're like mostly like parts, right? Of what I can see.
No, I'm a guy.
You're a guy.
We're all just guys out here. We're all just hanging out.
Where's that portrait? I need to review some stuff.
You know I'm wearing a helmet, right? Like
he's
wearing
I didn't know that. I thought you were like half droid or something. Like,
I mean, literally all but two of you have like mechanical body modifications. But
oh no,
Yumnock has less wiggly parts.
Yeah.
That
could be a stream title as well.
Yeah,
less wiggly parts.
That's what you were referencing.
Oh my god.
Yumnock has wiggly parts. Has less wiggly parts.
So, sorry, I wrote. You guys know what I meant.
I can take job title or
job title. The job of writing titles, please do. That'd be great. Also, if you write them in the Roll20 chat, then I can go back and see them still. Like very easily. So that's a good place for them. All right. So while that is happening, after Atlee kindly tells you all about the biology of Native Felucians and you have that weird exchange about Yamnock's anatomy, Fury is going to approach this one and gently prod his leg, remove her vocoder, hand it up to him, and say, "Nug nug."
That's legit.
He's going to accept the vocoder, but it's going to take him a few minutes to figure out what orifice it's supposed to go in for him, because he's not a standard humanoid. So you guys can, feel free to continue interacting.
Yeah, can I guess roll for perception maybe?
Oh, please do.
Just
yeah.
Perceive if I'm getting like friendly vibe check from them, hostile, curiosity. Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
Well, once I find it. Okay.
Oh God.
Oof.
This is fine.
Okay, well, Doobie, unfortunately, you are misreading the situation terribly, and you definitely think that they're being extremely hostile. Maybe it's because they're just like so much taller than you, that's like stressing you out and making you feel a little bit scared, which is weird because Fury doesn't. She seems pretty eager to get to know them, but you're reading the vibes all wrong. So proceed as
Okay.
if they are threatening you, I guess.
Okay. I'm assuming Doobie is probably gonna think that they want to take his Tauntaun.
Oh no!
I'm gonna kind of get my hand on my blaster and kind of. Well, they don't. Okay. Wait, maybe they see it. I don't know. I'll just be like nonchalantly.
Would anyone
Hand on
else like to
blaster
try to
ready just in
perceive the
case.
vibe so that they could potentially?
I know how
I'll
they
look
mate.
around
We're good.
probably.
Carlton's a little too amazed that Yomnok is actually a person, and he's like, I thought there was something that smelled funny about you. I didn't.
You did need a shower.
You don't smell like a droid.
Yeah, I don't need to know the vibe. I got my blaster ready.
Oh, no.
Oh my God! Yeah, they can't see me. Brandon says they can't see me, so you guys keep on interacting with them while that one is trying to figure out how to use the vocoder because I have to do an adjustment
I'm not gonna do
real
anything
quick.
just yet because Kitty looks like she's just more curious, if anything, and usually she like is, or they are more prone to fighting. So
Yeah.
Are you sure?
gonna
You seem pretty stressed out.
I am. I'm gonna be looking around at like, what do you like looking at? Like, sorry, looking
Like,
around
hey,
at you all.
dude,
And
are you okay? You look fucking pissed off. Like, are you all right?
Why are you asking that?
I'm asking that to you, Doobie.
Oh.
We need
just-
parentheses. We get lost without
Yeah,
them.
I know.
Sorry.
I don't know. I caught him kind of eyeing Ingot, and I don't know. I saw a little flash of something in their eyes, and
Okay, so at this
desire
point,
maybe.
desire for your Tauntaun. Okay, well, great
Not
news.
sexually desirable. Okay.
Because at this point, this one, he figures out how to use the vocoder. He has like a little mouth orifice set deep within those face tentacles of his, and he's managed to get the vocoder wedged in there. And he tells you that he was just curious. He's never seen a creature like that. We're relieved to see that you aren't Imperials. Are you?
Sometimes maybe yes, sometimes maybe no. No, I don't
No.
say that though.
I'm just hearing that in the voice of Pleaky, like, or Pleakley. Sometimes maybe yes, sometimes maybe no.
I mean, like, even if you said no, like, would they just take that at face value?
Well, like, the way I see it, these guys are probably like very nervous about the Star Destroyer. Is that what?
They have a
Is that
big
right?
blockade of Star Destroyers above the planet, yeah.
Oh, there's more than one?
And there's an Imperial presence on this planet. It's not like a super heavy presence, but it's reasonable for you all to assume that they have had close contact with Imperials and that they probably haven't been treated very well by them.
Okay, yeah.
Could we try to could I try to build rapport with them by saying, "Why are you?" in a very inquisitive sort of way.
He lets out a garbled chuckle that the vocoder can't quite convert to one that sounds kind of human, kind of like Galactic Basic. So it's pretty guttural. And he says, "Do I look like I could fit in a stormtrooper armor?" He makes a fun, silly joke. He's trying to banter with you. He says, "No, these are my brothers, and this is our planet. We're scouting the jungle for Imperials like we always do. Where do you come from?"
That ship up there. So you would happen to know the way to the nearest Imperial place. We're trying to raid it, actually, if you could give us any insight.
Okay, well, if you could read Felucian facial expressions, you would see his face fall, but instead you just see his tentacles kind of droop and his head bow. And he says, "You must mean the prison. We know the prison well."
That's very sad. Go on.
Yes, I suppose we do.
He lifts his head. He says, "Go on. What is there to tell? countless of my kin have been captured by the Imperials, held in that prison, tortured, experimented on, God knows what else.
So you're fine if we raid it and get some people out.
Absolutely, of course. Please. Any damage done to the Empire is a victory for me and my brethren. If you follow
fabulous. So how do you want to get there with us and take them out?
So I mean, like, we were offered hats to do this. Like, what other merchandise do we get by working with you guys?
Oh, with the
I want.
Like,
more
is there a
mushrooms
wristband or
for the air
something?
fire.
Or
he
You-
seems
you want
dumbfounded.
mushrooms?
He seems like completely shocked that you would be asking him what kind of payment you would receive for carrying out the mission that it seems like you already were going to carry out anyway.
No, not a payment. Just like a I don't know, like a
trade.
bonus incentive.
yeah
Could I get a souvenir?
souvenir. We're looking for souvenirs other than battle scars.
He
Yeah,
said,
you know, like a sign-on bonus for like a job. It would kind of be like that. I mean,
Okay.
like, it's not necessary, but you know, it'd be kind of cool.
he seems confused, but he says, if you're in need of supplies, our village is very nearby, and there might be people there who would be able to help you. Please come speak with our chief. He has more wisdom on the matter of the Imperial prison than I or my brothers. How
We
do you
will
guys
follow
want to?
you.
Okay,
Would you
sounds like
I assume
Carlton
they-
Moth has
Yeah.
decided that you're going to follow.
I'm gonna put my blaster nonchalantly away, but I'm gonna stay very close to Inga and kind of keep an eye on him.
Okay.
Oh,
know
I
what
ask.
perceived.
I pat Ingot and I get closer to you guys here. I can do a little, and then I get a little
I kind of wedge myself between you and Inga.
What do you?
and then I'm patting
kinda
Ingot. Well, I
tiny,
go
but-
straight over you and kind of like let you
I'm
hug my
trying
leg
to
or
reach
whatever.
up to swat your hand away, but yours is too high, so it's not working.
Would you happen? I asked them if they happen to have any more of these rideable style of creatures back at their
Village.
It's not a creature.
Oh,
Inga is my
village.
best friend.
Yes.
Do you have a writable style of creature?
He says, yes, you must be very knowledgeable about the native flora and fauna of Felucia. We farm kaibuks in our village, as is the tradition of our people. So you guys, do you want to go to the village, right?
Wait, yeah, wait, go.
Okay, all right. Let me take you to the village real quick. Are you guys able to see?
So,
I see some mushrooms.
Perfect. That's exactly what I want you to see. Wonderful. Okay, so this is just you can wander around if you want to, but this map is like not meaningful in a mappy sort of way. It's just a visual representation of what you might see while you're in the village. The village appears to have been carved almost entirely out of massive petrified mushrooms. In the center of the village, a few native Felucians gather in a half circle, squatting by a cooking fire and turning to look at you as you enter. Though the area has been cleared, small mushrooms and other plants still rise up from the ground, as though the jungle itself resisted any attempts at civilization. As you enter, you notice an effigy dangling at the entrance to the village, dressed in stormtrooper armor and splattered with red paint. As you enter the village, that Felucian who is using Fury's vocoder is going to withdraw it from his slimy face hole and return it to Fury. She's going to offer him a nug of gratefulness and kind of wipe it off on her fur and replace it in her own mouth, turn to you guys and say, you're welcome. Welcome to the village. And as you enter, also the that Felucian who was able to interact with you guys using the vocoder is going to motion. He's going to wave at a human who is in the village who you didn't expect to see, and you think he might approach you eventually, or maybe you
What's
want
he
to
look
approach
like?
him. I don't know. Do you want to approach him? You can't. He's very far away.
I'd like to roll for perception to see if.
Okay.
If he's handsome or not.
Ew, no, I don't want to clone. I want to see if he's clonable. If he's a good clone, go ahead. I want to see what his DNA makeup is.
Okay. Are you
rolling for perception or whatever you tell me.
Yeah, please roll for perception.
All right. Oh, I can roll for something else. Oh no.
No. Congratulations. You see him. So I don't know what it is. Oh, I love your mushroom background. That's so cute.
Thank you.
I don't know what it
So
is
good.
that's like special about your special eyes. But you are roll for hotness check, is what Brandon says in the chat, which is also an excellent title. Roll for hotness check. Okay. So something is special about your special eyes, and you're able to Jesse, what did you do?
I did not mean to. I'm
Turn
so
on
sorry.
and off.
Is it all messed
Oh
up?
no.
It's okay. I can switch
I
you guys
accidentally
pretty
clicked stop
easily.
video. Okay. I need to stop
It's okay. I'll fix you guys. Hang on. You're gonna go over here,
this mission.
and
You'll specialize.
Emmy's gonna go right. Oh my god. Jesse, all for the vanity of your
sorry.
background, just because you wanted pink mushrooms.
I wanted to set the
Unbelievable.
scene. I wasn't in the ship anymore. I won't take anything.
No, I appreciate you being thorough. It's fun. Okay. Oh my god.
We can roleplay while you're doing it.
Okay, I fixed
know what
it.
to
It was
say.
I'm getting quicker at it, so I fixed it.
Ruby, what do you think you're gonna do with all these guys around? What are
What?
you gonna do with Ingot?
Who
With
are you
Ingot,
talking
with
to?
Ingot.
What is happening right now? Who are
I
what?
think they all want Ingot. You're just gonna make Doobie super
Yeah,
paranoid.
who are you talking to?
Doobie. I said Doobie.
Okay.
I think they want Ingot.
Oh no.
What?
Tauntaun has never been in this area before, so it makes sense that they're, interested and fascinated. If
It's like a
Oh.
burly.
this guy,
Ew, what the
Okay.
fuck?
That's so
Really?
rude. What's wrong with you? He might be
Maybe just
hot to
yell-
some people. What?
Looks
Oh.
like a fucking shriveled up raisin, dude.
Yeah, he's fucking
ready
old.
fucking-
to be cloned,
Fell
okay?
behind
He's
the
at
couch
the
and got
end.
covered in fuzz.
He's
Okay.
ready to be cloned. He's at
Very
the end of his
wise.
life cycle. He's ready.
So he's not. He's not at the end of his life cycle. He just is old. Like, that's not the same thing. He's still
He
got.
might be if he comes on this
about to
trip with us.
He has many years behind and also many years ahead, and that's what you're able to tell with your 20 in
I'm
perception.
39 years old.
Is that he has many years behind and many years ahead. So yeah, you can tell that he's like a human he's clearly a human in relatively healthy condition. But you'd probably want someone like a little bit younger to, go through a cloning process and create an optimal clone. Ideally. Anyway, he's going to approach you guys, and he, as he approaches, he overhears you and says, the party is going to make sure he's at the end of his life cycle. You guys better fucking not. Don't hurt this man. Don't hurt this man. He hasn't done anything to you.
If he comes with us, so.
Okay, so anyways, he's going to approach you. He
Accidents
overheard...
happen.
He's going to approach you. He overheard Doobie being very concerned about the possibility of her Tauntaun being a target of the Felucians, and he says, "Why would we want your Felucians? Don't you see that herd of Kaibucks over there?" And he's going to point out the Kaibucks, and they look like this. Now, don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Where is that from?
Okay.
There's so many images.
Okay, so the reason that he looks like that he looks all cartoony, the Kaibuck, is because there's only one canon example of Kaibucks appearing ever in Star Wars, and it's in the Clone Wars, the clone pre-Disney Clone Wars. Do you guys know the
He
one I'm
looks
talking
like-
about?
You know, like the 5-minute shorts.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And
He's
Yoda,
like
Yeah, the
Yoda
fucking-
rides a
My Little Pony
Kaibuck.
version.
Killer.
No, he's a My Little Pony.
Okay, so that's what a Kaibuck looks like, and the Felucians raise them. So I'm gonna flip this down because it's being... I don't know, that kind of helped.
Snappy
Not really.
fingers.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, that man approaches you. He seems like a little bit befriended. offended on behalf of. I was trying to say offended on behalf of. You guys know what I mean. Offended on behalf of the Felucians, that you would even imply that they'd be dishonest or predatory. They're very peaceful people. How do you guys react to this shriveled man approaching you?
Oh, that's fabulous, because we're actually at a lack. I tell him that we are lacking in transportation and transit, and our short comrades, and myself in particular, would love to rent transport via these two-legged creature, these bipedal creatures.
Yeah, what's the rental rate on your Kaibucks?
Okay, so he's going to express that he's a little bit confused, because this is definitely like, you guys know that you're in like the village of the locals and then their economics. Like, you're not on Coruscant. Like,
Yeah.
There's no.
No, I know, but I mean,
have you
like,
ever been to a small village and just like asked random people if you could have things for rent? It's very awkward. It's like not PC. It's actually bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Cool.
He's like, they aren't my Kaibucks, they're the locals, but if you're interested in them, I speak their language. I can take you to their chief. Can you like
translate and like give me like a rental price, like per hour?
He looks at you dead in the face and is like, I literally just said I'm a translator. Do you know what a translator is?
Yeah, a transcriber. I know what you mean.
He rolls his eyes. He seems like very fed up and annoyed. And then he says, who are you anyway? Because that other Felucian kid did not introduce you guys. He just like waved him over. Okay,
my name is Carlton Moth. I'm the galaxy's best private eye. And this is Yamnak, Atlee, and Doobie, but don't worry about that.
Fury says, and Fury.
Oh yeah,
because she has a vocoder now.
Where's Fury, by the way?
Like, he's sitting over,
what do you mean? You guys are
by Doobie.
You guys are all just you're just in the entrance to the village.
Okay.
You're all like kind of like gathered in a gaggle in the entrance to the village. You, as I said before, you notice there's like a little cooking fire that you guys are situated. That you guys are. Sorry, I just want. Okay, never mind. Sorry. No, all is well. All is well.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Like, where is she in general, or I don't know if we yet know the gender of Fury. But
yeah, you do. She introduced herself as soon as she was able to use the vocoder.
Oh, okay. Oh. Sorry, I was forgetting that.
Yeah.
Well, I need to edit my notes then. But yeah.
How many cigarettes do you have? Sorry, how many death sticks do you have left?
Oh, I'm on. I guess I'm technically on 8 since I didn't say anything earlier. I'm gonna step outside the village real quick, guys. I'll meet you further inside. But before I go, what's the name of the chief? I don't think I got that from the kid.
Okay, so the translator is going to say, Carlton Moth, it is lovely to meet you. I am Bazis Mandrake, and our chief's name is... That's his name. Don't ask me to repeat it, because it's challenging. That's the chief's name. All right, he looks at the rest of you. He wants more of an introduction than that, so he just stares at you expectantly. Names are not really enough for him. He wants to know why the hell you're in his village. Well, the village that he hangs out in.
Dewey's gonna kind of scoot up. Hi! Dewey's gonna scoot up a little closer. People call me Dewey. I'm an engineer, cyber tech engineer to be specific. I am a bit nomadic. I kind of travel around the farm.
Doobie always scooting.
I'm scooting around like a dog on a carpet. No. I'm an engineer. I was just I don't even know where we were. We were some space station. And then I ran into these marvelous people who we've just become the best of friends. And I love friends. So, crazy events happened. Don't need to go into it. Unless you want details, then I got you. And yeah, we're here to do something with a prison, I guess.
Okay,
we're here to
Perilous.
demolish the prison. So we'd like to know
Yes.
if your chief is comfortable with that. I might have overspoken a little bit, but I would be comfortable backing that up.
Oh, that's
Okay,
okay.
so-
I love when we finish each other's sentences.
When Vazus hears you guys bring up the prison, his face falls similarly to how that young Felucian's did. He seems devastated at the mention of the prison. It seems like he's very close with the native Felucians, which is a little bit strange to you guys. He seems sort of out of place there. But
is it hard to get in there? Everyone seems fairly distraught about it.
He says, no, it's all too easy to get into the Imperial prison. It's getting out that's difficult. We don't know anyone who's gotten out. And while I sincerely hope that you can strike a blow to the Empire, I would rather, and I think the chief will confirm that he would rather that you not blow up the prison, that you not destroy it. It will likely only draw the attention of the Imperials and place a target on our village.
Fury explosives are out.
Fury she's speechless. She has nothing to say. She's just like devastated upon hearing that. She if you look closely at her, you can see her little Ewok eyes welling up. You know how like small dogs get like those tear streaks on their fur? Fury's face looks like that.
Just one sad little nub.
Okay, what do you guys think? Poll, is she saying nug or nub? Because I hear both.
It depends on the situation.
Okay. Okay.
I've definitely always heard nub.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've heard nub too.
All right.
Really?
I was imagining she was saying nug the whole time, but I could be completely wrong.
I mean, I don't speak Endorian, so, or what are they called?
Ewokese.
Ewokese, okay.
Mm-hmm. That's the language that she speaks. Okay. Brennan thinks that she says nud.
Nud.
Nud milk. Okay.
Nothing all over the place.
Oh my god, guys, I literally had milk duds earlier today. Okay, sorry. Oh my god. It's time to focus. Do you guys want to know anything about Vazus? Because otherwise he's just going to take you to the chief.
Why is he so old?
You can't just ask people why they're so old, Doobie.
Did you say that out loud, Doobie?
Probably. Doobie got a little excited.
We all just kind of like swat at you, or at least I do.
why
I'm
does
like,
he smell like
okay.
cough medicine?
I'm curious how many humans Doobie would have interacted with. Well, I guess I've already interacted with humans.
Yeah.
This campaign.
Okay,
never mind.
so Vazus, when he hears you say very loudly to your friends, why is he so old? He says, I'm a veteran of the Clone Wars, and I was not a young man when they began. I smell like cough medicine because I have an addiction to cough medicine.
That's like an oddly specific event to like reference your life to.
The Clone Wars? No, it's not.
Yeah, I know, but I mean that'd be like
it seems like he was a soldier.
that'd be like
in it
if
of
you
some
saw an
kind.
old man in modern day and you're like, why are you so old? And he's like, oh, I was a young man in the Vietnam War.
That happens all the time.
That's
to me.
I think that's a pretty normal thing.
I don't
Where
know.
are
I
you
think that's kind of
living?
weird. That's like very specific.
If you saw like a 70-year-old man and you were like, why are you so old? And he was like, I fought in the Vietnam War and I wasn't exactly young when it started. I think that's a reasonable thing for an old man to say.
But that doesn't really answer the question.
Old men
I
who
don't
might
know.
be watching, please weigh in. What do you guys think?
Please, by all
Vietnam
means.
veterans watching. What would you say?
What would you say if some random shorty just rolled up?
Hey,
and said,
Shawty!
"Hey,
Why are you so old?"
old?
If a shorty came soon.
If a shorty
Shorty
scooted
already.
up to you.
A little milk dud just scooted up to you.
Carlton's going to choose this moment to re-enter the group from having a death stick and say, like, excuse me, what's this about old people? Do we?
Okay, Vazus is going to repeat. I'm old. I am obviously old. I've been weathered 5 times over by the trauma of the Clone Wars.
Out of
so you're in
character,
50s,
Carlton is
sorry.
like middle-aged as well, so
Okay. Okay, Brandon says, I'm the resident old man, and I say that's an acceptable response, but you have to crack a Bud Light when you say, okay, so Vazis doesn't have any Bud Light, but he does have a bottle of cough syrup.
Damn,
And he's gonna
we're making him go straight to his addiction.
He's
All
gonna
right.
take a swig of
rough.
cough syrup.
We drove him to that, guys.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
Vazis is gonna regale you with his tale, but I'm not gonna do it in character. I have his spiel here. He's gonna tell you why he's so fucking old. Vazis Mandrake, living among native Felucians, is a former separatist commander named Vazis Mandrake. Oh, I said his name several times now. He's a human male from Coriolag with a wizened face and plenty of gray hair. Mandrake was stranded on Felucia during the Clone Wars after his mercenary unit was destroyed by clone troopers. Crawling off into the jungle while grievously wounded, Mandrake managed to escape execution by the clone troopers and nursed himself back to health. When the war ended and the Empire arose, Mandrake decided to make his home among the Felucians, where he has been living ever since. He also helps tend to a small group of Kaibucks owned by one of the locals that he helps them import onto the worlds before the end of the Clone Wars. And, well, before his mercenary unit was slaughtered by the clones. Anyway, although his unit fell, those Kaibucks survived, and Mandrake has given them all names in Galactic Basic after his former comrades. Obviously, their local names are things like and in the native tongue. So
he's like gentrifying this tribe. It's kind of shitty.
No, not at all. He was like he was like adopted by them. You're muted.
Yeah, but I mean, like, why? Like, without their consent, just giving them names of dead people.
Are you asking him that?
No, I'm asking
I think
you
you're
out of
asking
character.
Yeah.
To honor his, I don't understand the question. I don't, like, how would that, it's not like he's telling, there are no other humans for him to be like, you should call the Kaibucks by their galactic basic names instead of their local names. Those are like his private names for the Kaibucks. He is a translator. He speaks Felucian to the Felucians.
Are they cool with that? Are they cool with that?
Well, he doesn't speak that to them.
Like,
right?
They might occasionally overhear him like interacting with the Kaibucks and using the Galactic Basic name, but they don't understand Galactic Basic, and they like love him like one of their own brethren. So if they did overhear him saying that and they understood what it meant, they would probably be like, they would feel for him. They would be sad. They would be, but also kind of joyful that he has a way to remember his fallen comrades.
If he like pointed to one, he's like talking in Galactic Basic, and he's like, "Hey, over there, that's Josh." And then this guy's like thinking, like, what the fuck? I'm Josh? I don't want to be Josh.
No, oh my god,
Kaibucks
not the Felucians. The Kaibucks. The Kaibucks are like goats.
Oh, the Kaibucks. I'm a fucking idiot. I thought you were talking about the Felucians.
No,
never mind.
Everything
No, that's why when you guys asked the chief's name, he told you the chief's native name because that's the only name the chief has. The Kaibucks the Kaibucks have names like.
Throw everything I said out the window. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, the Kaibucks have names like Craig and Michael.
That lass is named Jennifer. And so we have to go
From the
around
sounds
calling
of
the
it,
chief.
based on the way that they are bred by eggs and spawned, in a sense, there should be less females than males. So females should be rare. So I would assume. But then why isn't that? Anyway, okay.
What about the Felucians? You can't tell their gender just by looking at them. They don't have any like obvious secondary sex characteristics.
Well, I'm hoping they're not walking around with like a big set of double E's or something, but like
yeah, they don't have, you know how like in Skyrim they gave the lizards titties for some reason? It's not like that. All of the Felucians look pretty much the same. You notice that some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, but they all have like pretty much similar coloration and physiques proportional to their height. So you can't like you can't tell.
Judgy because the chief was male.
I'm sorry, if they did have double E's, they would definitely have like the leather jackets with the little tassels hanging off the bottom.
Oh wait, actually, oh my god. Speaking of the chief, actually, I totally forgot that I actually did specifically write in my note, like I made the chief genderless in my notes, but I referred to the chief as male because I myself have been infected by our own, Western human conception of gender and not the native Felucian
Implicit
conception
bias.
of gender.
I thought we were gonna have to fight
um,
on gender, be like, you have to get the soldiers, and I was like, okay, how does this work? How are we gonna get them on our
there's
side?
not really any
Okay.
kind of gender division amongst the Felucians, and the
Fuck yeah.
the chief, you use whatever pronouns you want to refer to the chief because they
Ooh.
won't know the difference. Their name is whatever I said before,
I'm gonna call him
Brandon
Erky.
says all Felucians look the same to me. All Felucians look pretty much the same to other Felucians too. So
All right, moving on. No racism.
that's not
Yeah.
that's not racist. Felucians Felucians don't even have fucking okay. Oh my god.
Take that heart.
Felucians
Okay.
have so many other sensory options to identify one another other than just sight, okay? I'm not going to get further into Felucian biology right now. I think that you guys are super...
Doobie, they also have
Jail.
pheromones.
Yes, exactly.
Doobie just starts releasing pheromones. Just kidding. Wait, no, can I
The
smell?
last time we did that.
Wait, okay, no, I did it. I was metagaming.
No, it's too late. You said it. You're really...
No, can I
Yes.
roll for smelling pheromones? Can I try to smell their pheromones?
Sure.
Don't you
I don't know.
pheromones
Gonna
make people afraid?
I do.
Yeah.
Subi, let me see what you should roll for that. Give me just a
I
second.
should have some pheromones that make people I thought it was a charisma thing as well.
Doobie, why don't you go ahead and roll nature for me?
Okay.
The sweet smell of nature.
I don't know how I'm gonna react if I smell their
Ooh.
pheromones.
Oh,
but I
yeah.
definitely probably smell them.
Okay, yeah, you
Smells something.
you sniff them for sure. You definitely sniff them good. It didn't
Okay.
appear on the stream, but she got a 17. Brandon is insisting that I'm being racist towards the Felucians. Oh no, Brandon I think is confirming that his comment was racist about the Felucians. Well, Brandon, you weren't here for session 0 because it was private, but we did agree no fantasy racism except for session 1 because I forgot to write it out. But henceforth, no fantasy racism. So you sniff their pheromones and immediately you're just overwhelmed by the variety of them. You can tell that every single Felucian has a unique identifying scent.
So I can tell them apart.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know anything about them. It's just you can tell them apart.
If we're going to the prison, we have to identify in some way.
I assume Doobie was still a little bit hostile towards them because he perceived what he perceived, but is now smelling their pheromones.
Should you roll perception again? I feel like.
No, I think you've probably
okay.
The vibe is settled at this point that they were just curious about you and that they're being, if anything, pretty helpful. Do we gonna scoot and sniff their butts?
Jinx. Okay, so yeah, the only thing I gained from sniffing their pheromones is I'm probably more willing to work with them and less hostile.
Yeah, can I have a little bit more of a humanize them, for lack of a better word, a little bit more. Maybe. Okay, great. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Great.
I feel like Doobie just gets ragged on. Comments.
Oh god. Okay.
You know
jealous
that
of the
one
Tauntaun.
friend that's the butt of the joke in every group?
Do we? I don't know. I don't.
Wait, are you guys befriending Doobie just so you can make fun of him, but he doesn't realize that?
I'm definitely only befriending.
No,
because of
I
your
feel
ability to taunt
you
him.
rag on Doobie, but it's tough love, at the end of the
because we love
day,
you.
that's still your boy, but Doobie's such a nerd,
He really is. Yeah. I mean, he's got a little jacket. Wait, what are those called again?
The vest.
Doobie, where did you go? I don't see you on the map anymore.
You're
I'm
over there
right
on the
up next
bottom
to
right.
I am right up next to the
next to the Raisin Man.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to move you.
the raisinette.
I'm hiding behind the mushroom in case anyone was wondering.
I just wanted everyone on the stream to be able to see Doobie's little vest again. So
My little vest.
There-
Lots of compartments for pens and
that's his little outfit. So cute.
I'm standing loud and proud. Yeah.
God. Okay. Do you guys have any more interactions that you want to do with Mandrake? Because otherwise, he's going to lead you to the chief.
Can we get backup? Oh, I guess
Um,
we should talk to the chief about that. Never mind.
Yeah.
He responds immediately. You'll have to talk to the chief about that.
Okay.
And takes another swig
let's
of cough
talk to the
syrup.
chief.
Okay, great. So Vazis leads you towards the center of the village, where you encounter the chief, a shaman of sorts. The chief is obviously extremely. Oh man. Okay. So you approach the elderly Felucian shaman that Mandrake describes as the chief. The chief is obviously extremely old, much older than Mandrake. The tendrils around their head appear to be shrunken and damaged. The shaman has also seen their fair of battles, their bodies covered in scars, and one arm looks withered and blackened as though infected with some kind of shriveling disease. So they survey you carefully. They look you up and down. They whisper some grunts to Mandrake, and he gives a little bit of an explanation that you're off-worlders who are trying to infiltrate the Imperial prison. He mentions to the chief that you were saying something about blowing it up, and you see the chief's tendrils kind of perk up. The chief seems more receptive to that idea than Mandrake was. So,
Is this because he doesn't have an arm? He tried to blow it up.
It's diseased. His arm. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter.
A
Use whatever.
shriveling disease.
Yeah. The chief's arm is afflicted by a shriveling disease. The shaman, head shaman. Anyway. So anyway, they look at you expectantly, like they want you to get explicate a little bit more on your plans.
Wait, so he's both the shaman and the chief?
Yeah, they're not mutually exclusive. The chief is like a position, and a shaman is like a like an that's the same thing. A shaman a shaman is like, a magic doer and many things knower, and a chief is like a political position. So it's like you could be a lawyer who is also the president. You could be an acupuncturist who is also the president.
Yeah, no, I wasn't like challenging.
He's a very busy guy.
I was wondering if there was two people or it was the same guy.
Yes, it is the same Felucian. One pheromone profile.
Okay.
Yeah. They're looking at you expectantly. Sorry, to be clear, I'm referring to the chief using mostly they them pronouns because the chief is genderless, powerful. Not that all people who are genderless are powerful. I myself am genderless and not very powerful at all. So
Weak.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways,
Can I in some way perceive, because I don't have the pheromones, but I have real good eyes. I have my special eyes. Can I see if this Felucian has had offspring that is in the camp? In the town, in the village.
are you just like looking for visual similarities between them?
We've already assessed that we can't do that, so I guess I'm in some way.
Just checking the vibes. Okay, well,
Want me to sniff it out?
No, roll perception.
Okay.
Atlee, roll
I
perception.
don't want to do that. I want you
Give it a
to
good
roll
sniff.
for the vibes. I want you to give it a good sniff. Can I ask to give a good sniff? Oh,
Well, I
no,
guess I don't know if
check
I've
this.
told the group that I have been smelling their pheromones. I probably did.
I rolled it twice. My bad. The first, it doesn't matter. It's under 10 in both cases.
Okay. Is anyone else interested in being perceptive at this moment?
No, I don't really care.
Oh my god. Oh, Doobie.
They're hostile again.
No, there's something fun that I want you guys to notice, but I can't even
Carlton
fudge the
seems like
numbers on this.
Someone
Like,
who would be
Those are really bad rolls.
Constantly investigating.
Hey, what exactly are you guys looking at?
Nothing, apparently.
I don't see nothing. I'm just staring out the window.
Okay, so much younger Felucian walks up to you or approaches the center of the village where you're standing with the chief and with Vazus Mandrake. And as that Felucian approaches you, Vazus Mandrake introduces the Felucian and says, "Oh, this is the chief's daughter." And you notice, miraculously, that the chief and their daughter have matching tattoos around their arms.
They have tattoos?
Yeah. It's really cute. They have matching tattoos around their arms. I know, it's really cute. So it's the chief's daughter, and she's like a pretty, average height for all the rest of the Felucians, but she's kind of jacked though. Like, you can tell she is an experienced fighter and strong as fuck. So, jeez.
I can't make any offspring jokes because I didn't perceive that was offspring in time. Can we ask how many? Okay, in character, we were just curious how many good Felucians have been and not returned to this prison, on average, would you say?
The chief and their daughter's tendrils droop. They droop low. They wobble. They flow.
Well.
Is the daughter going to help us infiltrate the prisoners as a
We all
family
handle
reunion? I don't
trauma
know.
differently.
Maybe could you ask her instead of metagaming? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about interacting with the daughter? You can flirt with her if you want. I don't care. She's just going to grunt at you.
Wait, so what was the chief's question? He like perked up at us and then what?
The chief looked at you expectantly and grunted at Mandrake. Mandrake is going to relay to you that the chief wants to know more about who you are. Why have you come to Felucia? And what is it that you intend to do about the Imperial prison?
Yeah, well, my name's Yamnok, and they call me the prison breaker because I break prisons and I break people out of them. I'm going to do that for you, chief. Throw me in. Put me in the game. I'm gonna break this prison wide open. I'm gonna crack it open.
Like a papaya.
All right, take it away, Carlton.
We're gonna come in. We're gonna slam. We're gonna take them down because we're the cream of the crop.
Okay, Fury's going to step in front of you all at this point, and hold up a thermal detonator and suddenly launch into a very thorough and like professional sounding pitch for her expertise as an explosives coordinator. I don't know. I don't really know what kind of occupations they have on Endor, but she is a very experienced warrior, and she gives like a really good professional elevator pitch, like think Shark Tank style. And
then at the end, I pop in and say, without any casualties to boot.
Yeah,
it's
and
really overpromising.
She starts talking so fast that the vocoder actually can't keep up. It just turns into like a garbled like nug nug because she's really proud of that she has never directly been responsible for the deaths of any of her fellow Ewoks, despite all the many big booms she's been responsible for. Yeah. So, anyone else have anything they want to say before the chief reacts to that? No. Okay, great. So the chief is thrilled, contrary to what Mandrake predicted, that you guys want to do something permanent about the Imperial prison. He thinks, sorry, oh my god, that maybe if they strike a blow that severe to the Imperials, that there won't be a target on their village, but that will be like a warning to the Imperials, like, don't come back here. So, and at that point, they're going to offer to have their daughter accompany you as a scout, yes, to help you infiltrate the prison. That is why the daughter approached you. So thank you for being so perceptive, I guess. I should have had you roll.
Fabulous. Not to get too into the weeds on this plan and to plan too far ahead, but since we will be blowing and stowing some things, let's get blowing up and stowing some things. Let's get a aftercare plan in action. I would like to know how many other Felucians have Gazunistat or whatever you did.
No, I'm
You
just,
okay?
I'm choking. Sorry.
It looks like it. I'm so. How do we?
I was
do
just
we, like, do
surprised to hear
emergency
you
services?
ask the. I
We're
was
gonna
surprised
get
to hear you.
blankets and apple juice. Okay.
That's
Just as a
okay. So
start.
that the reason that
So
I choked on my
after-
water is because I was surprised to hear you ask for aftercare from the chief Felucian.
I've already stated my case on the Felucians. All right. Anyway, so afterwards, although we will be blowing things up, I'm trying to say this delicately. Back in character. How many of the Felucians have the withering disease? Because we might want to relocate prior to blowing things up.
What do you mean? Wait. Okay, can you explain? What do you mean?
What did he? Never mind. The effects of battle are well known since you're all privy to the Clone Wars. I would conceptualize returning with all of your people in tow, by having a safe place to go. So where should we relocate to your entire village? Just in case there were to be fallout.
The daughter and the chief are looking back and forth at each other. They don't understand what you're saying, but Mandrake has been translating as you go, and they're like, "What the fuck are you suggesting that our entire village should uproot itself just because you're feeling weird vibes?"
Yes. It's the logical option.
They express that this has been their ancestral homeland. This exact plot, this petrified mushroom village, has been their ancestral homeland for literally like 4,500 years, and they will not be moving from this spot. If you're asking about how contagious the withering disease is, yes, it is contagious. And as a matter of fact, they have a quarantine of sick individuals in one of their mushroom huts. That most of them are children. You're especially susceptible to the withering disease as children, and most people who contract the withering disease die. It's a miracle that the chief survived with the withering disease. You think to yourself that they must have some kind of like inborn innate power to have survived the withering disease.
Indeed.
I was worried that there was some things that they were dropping. Yeah.
An arm.
So they seem really offended by that, but they haven't like revoked their offer for help. So
I tried.
Maybe there's something that you'd like. Maybe instead of offering, it's like suggesting that they just uproot their entire their whole population, that maybe there's something you could do to help their sick children.
Do you know?
Is there anything we can do to help your sick children? Oh. Or we could ask more nonchalantly, girl.
We are engineers. We could craft a medicine, but we are not doctors.
I feel like I could at least, grab something.
Okay. So Mandrake is going to explain to you that it used to be that they were able to like slow the spread of the disease with like natural remedies that they've been using for thousands of years, but that in the past few months that there has been like a drastic resurgence and like a surge in the number of Felucians who've contracted the disease, and that it seems to be much more aggressive, so they don't know if there's anything you can do to help them, but you're welcome to try.
I would be curious in taking a sample of a non-invasive sample of said disease in order to quickly study it and see if it could be weaponized against the people who've wronged you, or to see if it already has been weaponized.
Okay. The chief relays to you through Mandrake that he just says, Are you sure that you don't have any dealings with Imperials? That sounds suspiciously Imperial to them.
Just a general sort of curiosity, I'd say, about things that make life.
We're just as much in this as the rest of you, in terms of having the Imperials on our back. So I wish there was more that we could do to prove to you, but maybe you'll be more willing to talk to us after we conduct our raid on the prison.
Okay. Yes, the chief relays that that they have few doubts about most of you, but the tall one is concerning. They still want to strike a blow to the Empire, and they will help you.
So we will not be using biological warfare against the Imperials, as effective as that sounds. Just to clarify.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
We won't be using any sort of biological warfare against the Imperials, to clarify. Or can we?
Okay.
If
So the chief is going to relay to you through Mandrake that Mandrake is going to say, before he tells you what the chief has said, Mandrake is going to say to you that he can't blame you for not knowing about the history of the native Felucians. It's not written down in any textbooks anywhere, but they have historically been the victims of colonizers across the planet of Felucia and victims of biochemical warfare for many thousands of years, and that they're very concerned about the possibility that is what's going on again with the existence of this imperial prison, and that's why they seem kind of less trustworthy now that you've brought up the possibility, and that before they realized that it was an imperial prison that was located not that far from the village, they were describing an area in the jungle that they called the Vanishing Place, and the villagers were steering clear of it because anyone who went near it was just fucking disappearing, and anyone who emerged from it was just changed beyond belief in just a horrific, indescribable, monstrous manner that they thought could only be attributed to the kind of biochemical warfare that they had suffered in the past. Legendary suffering. So maybe stop rubbing salt in their wounds. I don't know.
Do you think if we took samples, we could figure out how to heal them?
Yes, probably.
Whisper to the tall neck lady that I can't remember her name.
We're also connected to another doctor as well, so we might be able to bring something to her.
Yes, we have
And
that
then
really nice.
on top of that, we could maybe use our comlink to talk to what's his name? Jock,
Switch.
Wait, Switch?
In R5V8.
Switch.
Switch.
R5V8. Okay. We could contact Switch and ask them if they know anything about Imperial operations involving biological warfare on Felucia.
You most certainly could do that.
Y'all assume the worst with me, I swear.
You brought up you explicitly said biological warfare.
It was inherently given in the context of what happened. We have Imperial upscale. Why are none of you thinking of this way? Oh,
Brennan.
Brennan.
Oh, no. I might also ask Switch if there's any
oh, you guys are literally all in the
Hadley.
wrong spots now.
Oh no. Who am I?
You are Atlee Haw. The only person who's not in the wrong spot right now are Fury and Carlton.
Okay.
Heck yeah. Indomitable.
Oh man.
I'm gonna steal Doobie's ingot so I can multiply.
Brennan, you messed things up.
Sorry about that. My computer accidentally closed on itself.
Oh, damn.
I
Sounds
didn't
like
click
a you
anything.
problem,
I'm sorry.
but okay.
Yeah. I didn't mean to mess
It's
up
fine.
your setup.
It's not a big deal. I'm moving you guys around.
You're gonna get so quick at this?
I am. I'm getting better. It's pretty exciting. Feel free to
was
keep antagonizing the Felucians if that's what you want. I don't know.
That was a
No, I
very
wanna-
surprising speech from Fury earlier about the strategy of us breaking into the prison. I didn't know you had it in you, Fury.
Fury seems offended. She says, "Why? Surprising because I'm an Ewok?"
Do you know
And you immediately say, "No, there's no fantasy racism in this game."
Yeah, no.
Do you know the guards' schedule, and or if there's any weak parts of the prison that we could infiltrate?
Yes, most definitely.
Doobie wants to talk strategy.
Oh,
Yeah, good call. So, the chief relays to you through Mandrake that that is
Just gonna
why
eat the
they're
people.
what? Did you
Oh.
just roll?
no,
No, we're
Some-
going to Flavor Town.
What?
because Fury
Kitty doesn't sh-
eats.
She eats people.
Yeah, various.
Yeah, Fury does. Okay, that's actually really funny. God, I wish Sam were here.
That's
Guy Fury.
Yeah.
Come on, that's where that came from. We all know it.
Oh my God!
Eating
Wait,
the
sorry
explosive.
to pause real quick, but do you guys know about the fan fiction, erotic fan fiction of Ted Cruz and Guy Fieri?
You what?
What?
Okay, well, I'll tell you guys about it some other time. But it is an experience that I think everyone should
Mhm.
have to suffer through the way I did.
Did someone force you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The chief is going to express to you guys that is why they're sending their daughter along with you, because yes, their daughter is one of their lead scouts and has a pretty good familiarity with the prison, its ins and outs, and the comings and goings of the troopers. If you guys could all make a perception check at this time, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Is this where we learn Chief Irk's daughter's name?
Chief, you're calling the Chief Irk? Okay, you can ask her name. Okay, so wait, hang on, I have to roll for Beauty. Okay, so everyone sorry.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone but Doobie, which is so strange. Maybe Doobie's just... Actually, I know exactly what it is. Even though Doobie has giant ears that normally would allow him to perceive a lot of, lots of noises, Doobie's overwhelmed by all the different pheromones that he's sensing. He's just like, his senses are
He's
flooded.
in a candle store right now.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like
So
when you
what's
walk
going on?
into Bath and Body Works, but it's in a mall, and so there's someone eating
Candle.
like an Auntie Anne's pretzel in there at the same time, and another person has like, I don't know, has like a
Cinnabon,
half-eaten bag of Taco Bell, like just someone else is eating Panda Express just outside the Bath and Body Works. It's a nightmare. And there's like,
Someone walks in with a fresh bag of Abercrombie
oh
pants.
yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly. That's what the village smells like. How do you guys know?
Smells like Abercrombie. Guys, abort, let's leave. We gotta go, okay?
We need out immediately.
Emergency evac, come in.
I mean, Felucians do look weirdly like Hollister models, but like blue and amphibious. Do you guys remember like in the early and mid 2000s where they would just have like shirtless male Hollister models just standing outside the stores? Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
They
Okay.
made like a movie about it
Oh,
recently
is there?
Like
on Netflix.
like a real
I think it's
person?
Abercrombie.
Yes, yeah, a
It
real
was, like,
person.
ableist, sexist,
why?
and racist. It was all
Yeah.
the ists.
Yeah.
It was,
Why
it was
did they have
encompassing.
them, or why was it those things?
Yeah, like where?
Just like in malls, in shopping malls across America.
Like they went on tour?
No, like they would just hire any like reasonably
Attractive.
tall, jacked white man to stand outside their
Oh,
store,
in the
basically.
local area.
Yeah.
When did this happen? How do I
from,
get on board?
Like the
It's gone
early to
now.
mid 2000s, it's not a thing anymore.
Why is it not a thing anymore? That sounds awesome.
Because it
A
was
lot to unpack.
yeah, there's just so much going on there. But I remember it made me really, really uncomfortable when I was a tween, when I was in middle school, especially because my friends would always want to go to Hollister, which was a problem for me because A, my parents were really overbearing and I wasn't allowed to shop at Hollister, and B, I was in the closet and I didn't know how to express to them that I like this was making me feel a lot of weird feelings.
So your friends would like crowd around these men
Yes.
Like
and like
hyenas.
force you to go.
Say again?
The heat.
Yeah, no, really, like that was one of the big
They would
problems
force
with.
you to like crowd around these like naked
Well, I mean,
men.
I would usually stand
Half
pretty far
naked,
away.
yeah.
They were half naked. They were always wearing jeans. It was, or usually wearing jeans. It was an ad for the Hollister jeans.
Low cut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
the fuck were
Emery's
they?
reacting like,
wow.
what do you mean they were usually wearing jeans? I mean, sometimes they were wearing like weird cargo shorts or like swim trunks, but it was usually jeans. I don't mean that sometimes they weren't wearing pants at all. I mean that is usually advertising jeans. Anyway, yes,
Yeah.
they would
Well, that's a
take us to
different
the
story.
mall, and I would usually like linger over by the Auntie Anne's or whatever because I didn't want to be in that kind of environment. But a big problem with it is that it would draw crowds of like 12-year-old girls to the outside of Hollister where they would harass these like, I don't know, 22-ish-year-old men. And so that's one of the many
But
problems
why would
with
they
it.
get rid of that? Because like that would attract like so many customers, you know.
No,
Well,
that
not
was the
customers.
idea.
It would attract people outside their store. It wouldn't. Okay,
Right.
never mind. I understand now.
It attracted 12-year-old
Yeah.
girls with like who had like an allowance of like $30 a week to spend at Hollister if their parents were particularly wealthy and generous. Like,
Hey, they're using that for tipping money.
Exactly. Now it's called Magic Mike's, and it's at very specific locations.
Also,
Exactly.
I think that
That's a good business.
probably the male Hollister models, I don't think they were being fairly compensated either. They probably felt like they were being exploited, and that's not right. Anyways,
All right, we're getting off topic.
yeah, though we
You
are
can tell me more
on
about it
topic.
later.
okay. Ooh, okay. So, everyone but Doobie hears the low hum. Where is it? I wrote a little thing. You hear a low whine coming from the outskirts of the village. Upon further investigation, so you walk towards the outskirts of the village. Vazis and the daughters start to lead you in that direction. All of you but Doobie, maybe your view is obstructed by like a fence post or something. I don't know. You all see
Like people's legs, people's tentacles.
yeah, exactly.
Tentacles?
You're hiding
They're
behind your
tendrils.
Tauntaun.
So
Tendrils.
as you approach the outskirts of the village, you see. Oh wait, that's Doobie. Sorry, I have to.
You see another Doobie.
I have to move you, Doobie. Sorry.
Long lost brother.
You see a
You're in
scout
Doobie's
trooper.
world
Dun dun dun. You see a scout
No.
trooper hop onto a speeder bike and zoom away from the village, headed deep into the jungle. You only catch a glimpse of him before he speeds out of view, but it seems certain that he saw you. So how would you like to proceed?
Does he
When I have that
know
Oh, I didn't perceive
what
this.
who we are?
He knows that you are strangers, and he's a scout, so he's definitely gonna go report that back to his chain of command at the prison.
Does he know about the other guy, the Raisin Man?
Yes, he knows who Vazis Mandrake is. Vazis Mandrake
I
is
know
like
about-
the only other human in the jungle.
Oh, that's with a V as in veterinarian.
Vazis, Vazus Mandrake is his name.
He lives
Not
on
Basil.
Drury Lane.
Yeah.
What?
So like how far he's gone? He's gone.
He's
right?
gone now.
He's zoomed off. He's zooming. As it happens, you guys are also standing right next to the Kaibuck enclosure.
Okay, I'm gonna like do a backflip.
Why?
onto
Okay.
a Kaiba.
Do a backflip.
Roll athletics. Or roll athletics or acrobatics. It's your choice. What?
Do
So
backflip. Do barrel.
okay. You can do a back handspring. You cannot do a backflip.
Okay, well I kind of like just fucking fall on my face and then I get back up and then I get onto
Okay.
the Kaiba.
Great. So you mount the Kaibuck. So does the chief's daughter. Vazis is like letting the Kaibucks out of the stall and waving you guys on. Doobie, you don't need a Kaibuck because you have ingot.
I take an extra one for Doobie. I want to hold
You
it.
can't-
And
You can't take an extra one. You're riding them, and you're about to go on a chase through the jungle. You can only.
Wait, am I writing ingot?
I mean,
it's so slow.
Wait, you can't just pick it up
ingot's
and
not
put it in your
slow.
pocket?
What, hang on.
I feel like, yeah, speed check.
Hang
I think
on.
it takes a while, like
No,
0 to 100 in like 0.5. It's
that's
like
not
0 to
true. Hang on.
100.
Let me check Ingot's speed, but I'm pretty sure Ingot's speed is 50 and the Kaibuck's speed is 60.
Wait, how many miles
Oh.
per gallon does Ingot get?
They go 90 kilometers per hour.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like
God.
how often do you need to feed Ingot? You know, like
I have to feed him one saltine every probably 25 kilometers.
What?
okay, that's pretty
That
good.
answers your
Yeah.
question.
That's very cost effective.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
and if
it.
we don't have to stop for lights, then I can go like 10 more kilometers.
This is where the miles per gallon comes in, because then Ingot stops and has to drink a lake to undo the dry throat from all the saltines.
Yeah, the gallon is
Oh
the
my
gallon of water
God.
he has to drink.
Sorry, I'm trying to find mounts for you guys. Because we do actually need to know.
Kilometers per saltines.
Yeah.
KPS.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy mathematical conversion.
He goes about 25 kps.
Okay, I like that. That's
Yeah,
pretty
that
good.
sufficiently answers your question.
Oh my God.
Carlton, for one, is going to hop on the back of Yamnok's steed or whatever, and just hold him behind. Say,
Wait, that's not like too
No,
heavy?
you're not going to do that because that
Oh,
will
no.
literally crush the Kaibuck.
Those things are pretty small. They're not that big.
If you attempt
It's
to
not a
do that,
horse.
if you attempt to do that, Vazis will become hostile towards you.
Carlton starts like running forward and then like notices the look on his face and just kind of stops and changes direction towards another Kaibuck.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to find.
Oh no.
This is actually really important. I
think
looked up the Tauntaun Speed earlier, but now I've completely forgotten it.
I can
Oh
help.
my
Are you looking
God.
for Star Wars 5e?
Yeah, there's a whole section
Okay.
in one of the player books about mounts. But now I can't find it. Hang on.
I mean, the Tauntaun could run behind us and get there eventually. I probably wouldn't want her in the fight anyway.
No, you're gonna have to ride the Tauntaun. Like you have to
okay.
ride something. You're not.
Well, yeah. The Kaibuck.
Yeah, there's no Kaibuck for me?
No, I mean like there is. You're not gonna bring Ingot? I thought you were worried that the Felutrians were hostile towards Ingot.
Oh no, I definitely want Ingot to come with me, but
Then you have to ride Ingot.
okay.
Because like you're not going to be
I'll
able
just be late to the party.
I'm pretty sure that Ingot only goes 10 feet per second less, like slower than the Kaibucks.
Yeah, they look like they're built the same.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, all the heroes except for Doobie, who mounts Ingot, and Fury, who straps her jetpack on. The rest of you mount your Kaibucks. Please roll initiative.
We're gonna have a race. Sorry. Okay.
That did not
mount speeders
correctly. It's on page 217 of
I don't have
handbook.
a printed copy. It's fine. I get to make the rules, and so I am saying that the Kaibuck and the Tauntaun are going to move at relatively the same pace.
Cool.
5 kilometers per female?
What?
I don't
Yeah.
I guess that's how Doobie moves.
5 kilometers per female.
Yeah, KPS.
All the females, just gotta space out all the females. That's how Doobie moves. It's funny. Okay. Are we rolling for something?
For initiative, listen.
Oh, sorry.
Listen.
It's a long day. Whoa. Okay.
Carlton Moth, did you roll for initiative? Does Doobie wear Axe body spray?
Yeah, he also spikes up his hair if he's feeling. I don't Oh no.
It says no
Something
valid
special.
token was selected. I got a 19.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I just saw that.
Xbox is
Did
pretty-
mine not pop up?
No, you did. You did.
Okay. Mine said the same thing. You wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Yeah, it's because I don't have the turn tracker set up, so don't even stress.
He's
Okay,
definitely
we're
gonna
cool
try
then.
to hit on the
Perfect.
chief's daughter.
Oh God.
Like, you make muscles look good on women.
Oh god.
Just kidding. Doobie's very respectful for.
Okay, well, I do want to make it clear that she can't understand you. Your translator is
Thank
not with
God.
you. So if
Oh.
I mean, really,
Okay.
you can say anything to her; she won't know.
Why does that feel worse?
I know. Oh God. Okay.
With like the very radish, like
All right, so each of you lurch forward on your Kai Bucks and Ingot and the jetpack, and you take off. You'll have no difficulty matching the speed with the speeder bike. Doobie, you worry that Ingot might struggle to keep up in the unfamiliar terrain. I know you were worried about that. You were right to be, because you're in the swampy jungle.
Yeah.
Giant mushrooms and colorful flora streak past you in a blur. Each Kaibuck leaps, turns, twists, and dodges between the massive fungal stalks of the forest. And you guys are amazed at how Fury is just, winding betwixt the stalks of the mushrooms. She be zooming. Could I get from everyone who is mounted on an animal?
Would you say that she's fast and furious?
Yeah, I would. Someone typing that right now? She'd be fast. Okay, great. Okay. Everyone who's mounted on an animal, please roll animal handling for me. Wow. Oh my god. You guys are doing great. Okay.
We're
She's my
vibing
best
with
friend.
these. I keep forgetting what they're called. Kaibucks.
I bet.
So I need to write that down.
Okay, awesome. Give me 1 second. Okay, great. So you're all gonna pull ahead a little bit faster than you were before. You're kind of amazed at how quickly these Kaibucks and Ingot are able to move. Except for Yamnak, you're continuing at the same pace. You notice the others starting to pull ahead of you. You're thinking maybe like it's the weight of all your mechanical apparatus and armor that are affecting the speed of your Tauntaun. So,
He has a
You
tauntaun.
can.
sorry. Okay, great. But you continue on forward, and eventually, Yamnak, you catch up to the rest of them, and the Kaibucks and Ingot gallop into a huge swamp, and Fury lands not far behind you. But as she lands, her jetpack, she lands directly in the swamp, so her jetpack has been compromised, unfortunately. Shallow pools of still water litter the landscape, and you're quickly soaked up to the knees and up to the waist for Fury and Doobie. Actually, Fury's soaked completely because she landed in the swamp. My bad. And as your mount splashed through the puddles, the caps of the mushrooms are droopier here, and giant birds swoop between them to scoop up prey. You can barely see more than 50 feet ahead of you, and it feels as though the jungle is collapsing in upon you. But the Kaibucks and Ingot seem more confident. Fury's gonna holler after you, Doobie. You can't hear her very well through the vocoder, but you can make out a help, help, which is kind of uncharacteristic for her. She's, especially after her like Shark Tank style pitch. How do you respond? She's pleading for help because she just landed in the swamp and her jetpack isn't working anymore.
Oh, it's Beauty. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna jump in
Quickly
and
backflip on my
aggressively
Kaiba.
breaststroke to my friend.
You leapt off of Ingot? Okay, Yamnak, are you
Yes.
saying that
Where's
to
Ingot?
Fury?
Ingot's fine, right?
You know what? Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, Doobie, you just leapt into the swamp for no reason because Fury has already caught up with Yamnok, who was on the slowest moving Kaibuck, and has left atop the slowest moving Kaibuck with Yamnok. And now Fury
Wait,
is.
did she do a backflip?
Yes, obviously. Wait, hang on. Let me roll athletics for her.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
can you
I have to
roll it?
roll athletics. Wait, does she have? I have to check and see if she has a bonus to that. I just want to issue a reminder at this time that the easiest possible way to view your token is to select it or view your character sheet is to click on your token, do like an alt double click. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, Fury has. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Let me roll. Fury did like perfect, like a flawless backflip. It was amazing. You're astonished,
that's
especially
so
after
cool.
that fall into the swamp. Also, I just realized I forgot
That's
to move you
awesome.
guys onto the chase scene. So give me just a second. You're still in the jungle sanctuary scene. So I have to move you.
Wow.
Woo. Okay, great. Welcome to the jungle chase scene. You can maneuver around if you want, but it's like it doesn't really mean anything. Again. So great. Doobie, you probably want to return to Ingot now. The rest are pulling ahead of you. But I will have everyone else roll another animal handling check. And Fury's also going to roll an animal handling check now that she's on. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh.
God. Guys, this is not excellent.
Skybug is running out of saltines.
Now we're losing steam.
Bye.
He's running at 5 kp.
Okay. 5 kilometers per saltine.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay.
He can't save us now.
All right, you guys are moving pretty slowly, and at this point, up to this point, you were able to hear the low hum of the speeder bike, and you could hear him also kind of like rustling through the fungal jungle, and that is long gone now. You guys are not even sure if you're going to be able to catch up to him, but you keep on trudging through the through the swamp. And when you reach the end of the swamp, up ahead, the edge of the swamp, you see a slight clearing, and to the right, through otherwise thick foliage, and slight clearing ahead and to the right, up through otherwise thick foliage. Oh my god. And directly ahead, you see a massive hollowed out Felucian tree, which has collapsed onto the ground. Each of you must choose a path. I wrote that you should choose a path quickly, but you guys are moving pretty damn slow, so I guess you have a second. How's the daughter?
Can I still see like everybody, or am I really far behind?
No, yeah, you guys are. Everyone's like, you guys all did really bad on your animal handling checks. So you guys are everyone slow down, except for the daughter. The daughter actually. So you happened to see that the daughter went through the clearing, the slight clearing, not through the tree trunk, barely, but because she's pretty far ahead of you too. It was not her intention to leave you behind.
I follow the daughter and scream out to you guys. I still have a comm link.
Okay. Which of you had the other comm link? I can't remember.
That's a good question.
Hang on, I'm just gonna roll to decide which of you had the comm link.
Okay.
Because I don't really want to go back and look. Okay. Yamnak has the comm link. Okay, so Yamnak and Fury, which route are you taking? You going through the tree trunk or through the slight clearing?
I can't use a comm link. I have a cybernetic head comm.
Well, it's a good thing you have Fury with you then.
Oh, okay. Fury has the comm link.
Okay. Do you want to go through the tree trunk or through the clearing?
I want to go through a tree trunk. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds like a nice set piece.
Okay, cool, sweet. That's what I thought too. And then Doobie, Which route would you like to take? Would you like to follow the tall neck lady and the daughter, or Yamnak Fury and Carlton?
To clarify, I expect to be assassinated.
Probably,
What?
Yeah, probably Carlton and Annie.
Okay.
So I feel
Oh,
closer
God.
with them, and if it's an impromptu decision, I would go with friends.
Oh, you're tight with the boys? Okay. And
I
Fury.
just want to
And
die
Fury-
in the
Fury
arms
is
of
there.
a big,
Yeah, no, I know
strong
you're-
woman. Okay.
That is really relatable and understandable. I completely get it. Like I said, the daughter, she basically looks like a blue Hollister model with tendrils.
Oh, I'm gonna go in the open field then.
It's what? No, what?
Change my mind. I skirt.
Why? Because she's hot?
25 miles per
There was a
female.
yes in there.
Doobie cannot go any further if he's following males.
Okay. So
I'm just kidding. I could do the tree trunk.
no, it's okay. If you want to, if you skirt it right before entering the tree trunk because you realize you wanted to chase after the daughter so you could hit on her, that is totally fine and I think pretty in
And I
character.
think what Doobie would do. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll go with the open
So-
field, yeah.
Doobie, Atlee, and Doobie, Atlee, and the daughter have all chosen what they thought was a clearing through the jungle foliage. But as you embark on that path, you quickly learn that the entrance to the path was misleading. Perhaps it had been cleared out a little bit, but the rest of it is covered with thick, overgrown. What? Guys, I copy and pasted this part and I didn't edit it, so I don't know what this says. Whatever, it's thick, it's overgrown, there's vines, there's mushrooms, there's moss and shit like that. It's filled with sinkholes, trenches. The Kaibucks and Ingot have to leap over small gorges and chasms, but they're bouncy. They are bouncing with grace and style. As the animals bound through this zone, the heroes dip and rise along with the terrain, making it very difficult to see very far ahead. I need an animal handling check from everyone. Including from the daughter. Okay. Doobie, can I get an animal handling check? Oh, just those who are in the.
First.
You're good, Carlton. Just okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's not great. Okay.
I should I'm kind of proficient in animal handling. So, but I don't know. I checked my character sheet and I don't have advantage, but I feel like I should have advantage.
Okay. Well, I think it's
That's
probably
okay.
just that Ingot is struggling with this terrain that's unfamiliar to her.
Yeah. It's probably very hot too.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I'm writing some notes, but fear not.
Oh, I think
We
the
will
only
get
social thing I can do is command.
We will get to the tree trunk boys shortly. And Fury.
What does it mean if you're proficient in a skill?
It means that you don't fail on it, basically.
Oh, so I just a nat one wouldn't.
No, it means you always. So
Oh, well,
you're proficient in animal handling? Oh,
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, fantastic. That's great. That just made my
Hey, we're
life
good
easier.
then.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Great. So miraculously, the three of you make it through that rather treacherous, overgrown section of the fungal jungle without incident, but it did slow you down quite a bit. Tree Trunk Boys and Fury, you find yourself in a hollowed out tree, and as you make your way through the hollowed out tree, you find that there's a network of underground tunnels and other tree trunk tunnels, hollow logs, giant ones. You and your mounts must lower your heads to prevent scraping the ceiling of these natural passageways. As the Kaibucks zip through the underground tunnels, chunks of moss and other fungi droop down from above, while breaks in the ceiling occasionally let in rays of light. I need animal handling checks. What is so funny? Why is that bullshit that you're going through? Why? What's bullshit?
It sounds like that's just the narrative as you're screaming down the passageway, ducking things, right? That's what's actively happening.
Yeah. What about? I think it's cool.
What?
What's your issue with being?
No, my issue is with Jesse making shit up.
Yeah, sorry, I was just laughing at the way it's the commentary in the Roll20.
Oh, that you said you were drinking aquafaba, but it was just water?
Yeah, just the way he reacted. Lots of explicits.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying bullshit to what was going on. I was saying bullshit. Yeah, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay, can I get an animal handling check from you, Yamnak? Okay, well, that's a good thing that Fury's on there with you, because Fury rolled a 16 for her animal handling. Also, I forgot.
So it's like Fury riding, like, does Fury just like hop into my lap and then?
No, I was actually gonna set the scene
over?
I was gonna set the scene for you guys when she originally did the backflip onto the Kaibuck. She landed behind you, and that position that Carlton Moth was originally gonna try to take with like the motorcycle passenger situation with his arms wrapped around you. Fury tries to do that, but her little arms can't make it all the way around. So once you maneuver into the tree trunk and she realizes it's a little bit more high paced than the swamp, then yes, she's gonna kind of like maneuver around to the front and take the reins of the Kaibuck. She's
good,
in charge now.
This fucking animal hates me, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So she's gonna do that, and as soon as she takes the reins, the Kaibuck speeds up. It seems to really trust her, and you are actually able to draw. You hear a low whine growing nearer, maybe amplified a little bit by the tunnel, the hollowed out tree tunnel. But then you see it. It rounds a curve just ahead of you, and you draw nearer and nearer, and you see the scout on the speeder bike, not far ahead. He is within range. I don't know if you guys. Fury definitely has ranged weapons. What?
Carlton will draw his blaster.
Carlton. Yes. Okay. Just kidding. You did see him. Carlton's gonna use his blaster. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim for the bike.
Aiming for the bike. Okay. Rolled a hit. Are you aiming for the bike or for the scout on the bike?
For the bike. I'm gonna try and disable it.
I didn't write down the stats for the bike because I didn't think you guys were going to aim for the bike. So if you could not do that, that would be...
I'm gonna aim for the...
Carlton, you're a badass, dude. You broke the game.
You just detected my oversight is all. Okay, but you are you going to try to hit the guy instead? Yeah. Okay, great. That will hit. Please roll for damage.
All right. I have to do this manually. Okay, hold on. This page. How does it R1d6 plus 2? Hey.
Okay, great. So that does 8 damage to the scout trooper, and you see him kind of like wobble. He's losing his balance on the speeder bike. And Fury is an excellent multitasker and an explosive expert. So she is going to launch a grenade. And a 16 will hit for her. Oh wait, just kidding.
I'm gonna say Dewey should ride up in front and then
I don't remember how the damage works.
Screen of pheromone.
Arm strike. Hang on. I don't remember how this works. Okay. 1d6 doesn't seem like enough for a grenade. That seems just like not nearly enough to me, but whatever. Okay. Well, Fury does another 4 damage to our scout trooper. Yamnak, do you have any ranged attacks that you might want to use?
Yeah, I have a Night Stinger rifle.
Okay, great. Are you interested in attacking the scout trooper, or are you gonna let Fury handle it?
Yeah, I pull out my Night Stinger rifle, and I look down the sight, and I'm gonna shoot the guy.
Okay, roll to hit.
I thought you were gonna have like Fury like right up next to him, and
I
then
just,
like mailbox style, hit him with the rifle.
A 19 will hit. I just want to point out what a cool sight this would be to have Yamnak, a full-grown adult man, sitting behind Fury, like furiously riding atop the Kaiba. Oh my gosh, amazing. He collapses. He falls off of the off of the speeder bike, and then there's an explosion, which Fury is delighted by as the speeder bike crashes into the wall of the hollowed out tree tunnel, and you hear that scout trooper expire with a groan.
Is he still alive?
No, he's dead.
Wait, really? We fucking killed him?
Yeah, you killed him. Great job.
Goddamn! I wanted to question him. I didn't. Fuck.
Well, the good news now, though, is that he cannot make it back to the Imperial prison to report that there are strangers in the village who seem
Carlton,
well
I
armed.
fucked up. I'm so sorry, dude. I didn't mean to fucking kill that dude.
It's all right. It's just another body that you and I put in the ground together.
Okay, yeah, that's another way to look at it.
Oh my god.
I see what you were trying to do there. I was trying to talk the guy. I know this is like I know we did it once before. We got to work on this though. Okay, we need some kind of signaling system for don't kill the guy.
Yeah, man, we gotta like coordinate more. Like, we need like a fucking like secret handshake or some shit. You know?
Absolutely.
Okay.
While you're actively riding at high-speed vehicles.
So
Yeah, we're shouting this. We need a
Oh, the handshake. The handshake is good for it.
You've got Fury to like guide your Kaibuck, but like Carlton's just gonna like hit a tree branch and fucking fall off Carlton's side.
okay, so as you guys exit the tunnel, as the other three of you exit that kind of treacherous, overgrown path that you were on, your paths are going to converge in a small clearing in the jungle where more light filters through the mushroom canopy, which would be a relief if you were not immediately greeted by this monstrous beast. What? Did you say baby? Which would be a relief if you were not immediately greeted by the sight of a monstrous blue jungle rancor. To your relief, the beast, which would ordinarily tower almost 20 feet over you, is collapsed on the ground, clearly in its last death throes. It notices you immediately, though, and it rises sluggishly to its full height. Chunks of moss and mushroom rain down upon you, cascading off of its hide. Everyone roll animal handling again.
As we are proficient, we are G2G. I think. Is that how that works?
Yeah, wait, do I not need to roll or should I still roll?
Anyone who's proficient, don't worry about it. Oh,
Okay.
God.
Oh,
That was acrobatics, so that's good. That was.
Oh, yeah, you rolled acrobatics, Carlton, not animal handling. So.
Oh,
I did the
sorry, a
same
little
thing.
quick on the.
Oh, Carlton
Well,
Moss.
It did not help at all.
No. Oh, God. Okay, so Yamnok Fury, the chief's daughter, and Doobie, you all zoom right past that rancor as it Yamnok and Fury, obviously you're on the same mount. As you zoom right past it, it swings its massive arm down at you, and you're relieved that wow, it didn't get you. But then you hear Carlton wail from behind you in agony because he got the full brunt of that swing. He was last in line behind all of you. And let's see here. Give me just 1 second. Oof. Damn. Carlton Moth, you take 14 damage from that swipe.
Oh God, my leg.
Is he dead?
No.
He's half dead.
Carlton Moth? Are you? How
Only
much?
has 28 health?
No. Carlton Moth. No, he's okay. Okay, but you do make it out. You catch a nasty swipe across the back from that rancor, but you make it out. After narrowly escaping your encounter with the rancor, you tumble into a large clearing in the jungle bisected by a shallow stream. Wait just a second. While I move you. Please don't move around on this map yet.
Oh no.
They
Oh.
seem friendly.
By the way,
I don't know if you guys have
okay.
noticed, but I color code the tokens, which maybe I shouldn't do. Sometimes, if the outline is white, though, that could go either way. So don't make any assumptions about the outline being white. Anyways, okay. Anyways, it's bisected by a shallow stream. Several huge mushrooms tower over this area, nearly obscuring the Imperial outpost that stands across the narrow stream. The stream winds through the middle of a forest clearing, splitting. I already said it bisected it. Splitting around both sides of a humongous mushroom whose cap hangs like an awning over much of the battlefield. Oh man, I didn't really want to reveal to you guys there's going to be battlefield, but I guess you already see all those scout troopers. The outpost consists of a little more than a few small barricades and a computer system with a rotating satellite dish at its top. And miraculously, maybe from the hum of all their equipment and just the sounds of the fungal jungle, those scout troopers haven't noticed you yet. And that is where we're going to pick up next week with how you're going to begin this encounter with the scout troopers. I mean, I did write the encounter, but I don't really want to start you guys on a violent encounter with 4 scout troopers right now. So,
Can you do backflips in combat?
I don't see why not. It's going to take an action,
Okay, we'll
so it
find out
seems like
next week.
a weird thing for you
We'll
to
find
use
out
your
next
action
week.
for. But yeah, you will find out. Next time on Let's Play
episode.
D&D, we'll find out if you can do backflips in combat. And will that draw the attention of the scout troopers? Maybe if it's a sick backflip and all your compatriots start applauding for you, that's maybe that'll get their attention. Guys, I asked Jordan if his baby could do a kickflip today, and he looked at me like I was the dumbest person on the planet.
So is that a no?
Yeah.
He said no, like I was being an
Like,
idiot.
duh, obviously.
She was in like a
No
little
shit.
like a little stroller, walker, the baby walker things that they sit in. And so I was like, maybe she could do a kickflip in that thing. Anyway, to those of you who watched our stream, thank you to Brandon, who is now long gone, for interacting with us. We much appreciate it. And until next week, may the force be with you all. Farewell.